Shalom. I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Ha, Rocha, Chodash, Ma'amath. Double honors to the elder apostles of GMS and their elders. Double honors to my elder apostle, or Heroine Banya Sharala of the Lions Den Camp here in Florida. Shalom to the sincere Akim, pushing his truth and sincerity around the four corners of this earth. I'm Nakar Harab Banya Sharala, coming out of the Lions Den Camp of Yasharala here in Jacksonville, Florida. And today I'll be coming out of a lesson, and it's on this article that the Bishop Kanaka of the Lions Den Camp put in the group chat, and it says here, China releases satellite photos of expected military targets. And it just made me think about Amos off the rip. But I'm going to read a little bit of this, and then I'm going to get the scripture. And as I read, I will be grabbing the scriptures that come to mind. So it says, China has released a series of high-resolution satellite images in a thread on social media, reiterating its claim of ownership over the self-ruled Taiwan. It says the photos were taken by a satellite in the Jinlin 1 commercial constellation, developed by Changguang Satellite Technology, a company with reported links to China's People's Liberation Army, according to the U.S. Air Force and the U.S. Air Force's China Aerospace Studies Institute. They offer a subtle reminder of Beijing's civilian military dual-use remote sensing technology, which allows it to monitor adversaries and rivals, including the United States, in real time. Man, god darn. That's fire. Pun intended. Let's continue. Salakia. You know what? Before I read the rest of this is Amos chapter 9, verse 8. Salakia. Make sure. Yep, chapter 9, verse 8. And it says here, Behold, the eyes of the Lord Yahweh are upon the sinful kingdom, and I will destroy it from off the face of the earth, saving that I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob, saith the Lord Yahweh. So the eyes of the Lord are upon this sinful kingdom. And that's what this first part of this article made me think about, because the Lord is intently watching Big Satan, aka Babylon. He is intently watching this place, and this is the sinful kingdom that the Lord has said he's going to what? He's going to deconstruct, i.e. destroy from off the face of the earth. Why? For manifold wickedness, for ungodliness, for crucifying the Lord afresh, for being contrary to what is actually right, and a whole plethora of other transgressive acts or sinful acts. But though the Lord is going to bring his wrath upon this place, he's not going to make a total end to his people. He's going to bust up 2/3 out of our people, out of his people, the Negroes, the Latinos, and the Native Americans, here in Big Satan, Babylon. But the Lord's going to pull that 1/3 through the fire. He's going to protect his elect, that remnant that turned back to him. That's why it says, saving that I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob. So the Lord is not going to completely do away with his people. Let's continue. But he going to bust this place up. Let's continue. This is why it matters. This is the government in Taiwan, whose official name is the Republic of China, has controlled the island since 1949 after Mao Zedong's communist forces took control of the mainland. Today, Taiwan functions as a de facto sovereign state, so it ain't even a real sovereign state. Wow. With its own military, elected government, and foreign relations. The People's Republic of China has reportedly pledged to bring Taiwan into the fold and has not ruled out the use of force to do so. China has also ramped up military pressure on the island, including near daily flights across the midline of Taiwan, the Taiwan Straits, and large-scale exercises simulating a blockade. This is what to know. A post on X. Number first, a post on X. The Chinese embassy in Washington released the photos with the message, "There is but one China in this world. Taiwan is an inalienable part of China's territory. Every inch of Taiwan province. China is vibrant under the Jinlin 1 space satellite's perspective." The images included sites likely to be targets for the PLA should an invasion even occur. One image depicts Taipei, home to the island's government offices and military headquarters. Another shows Taipei Port, a logistics hub, an international deep water port strategically situated west of the capital and at the mouth of the Tamsui River. I'm going to say tsunami. This is a separate image labeled Hsinchu Science Park. China captures the sprawling industrial zone in northwestern Taiwan that houses leading chip makers, including Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company and United Microelectric Corporation. It says Taiwan produces upwards of 90% of the world's most advanced semiconductors, and any damage to these facilities, whether by Chinese strikes or defensive actions, would severely disrupt global technology chain. So all this pump faking and posturing and bluffing and all that stuff over there that Big Satan's army is doing, Babylon's army is doing, not Taiwan, but China just showed. Check it out. One strike, one move, we could bust up everything and cause a whole problem. This is Obadiah chapter 1 verse 7. All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee, and there is none understanding in them. So all the men of the confederacy of Big Satan, Babylon, have brought this have brought the army of this place even to the border. These other nations have gotten Ishar or Adawam to leave their home, to leave, we'll say, their headquarters and or their fortress. Cause them to be in other places that they don't need to be, like over there in the Taiwan Strait, trying to protect something that does not really belong to them. And it says, the men that were at peace with thee. Once upon a time, Moab, China, was at peace with America, but now have deceived America, have laid a trap for this for America. It is what it is. I've been trying to edit, but I'm gonna just say what it is. Have laid a trap for Babylon, America, and let's say if a skirmish were to take place, let's say China be like, okay, well, we gonna hit these places, the semiconductor and the microelectronics. That effectively puts America, Babylon, Big Satan at a severe disadvantage, while leaving other nations, because these other nations outside of Taiwan, they also do their own little thing with the semiconductors in there. But Taiwan is 90%. I would say that's 100%. Taiwan doing all the work. But that other 10% is probably nations that doing their own thing, with their semiconductors and electronics and stuff. But that's the main place. That's a trap. So if President Babylon decide he want to do something stupid, guess what? You gonna cause a problem all the way around the four corners of the earth, just like you're doing right now. So again, all the men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against this devil. They've laid a trap, and guess what? This devil's gonna fall for it. Hook, line, and sinker on dry land. Continuing, it says, they that eat thy bread have laid a wound unto thee, and there is none understanding in him. These other nations, like China, that was once a part, or once an ally, that was eating Babylon's bread, whatever, have laid a wound unto this place. And there's no more understanding in them. They've set Ishar up for the biggest fall ever. And they ain't gonna have no understanding when Ishar, Adawam start to fall. guess what they're gonna do? They're gonna reach a hand out and push this devil down to help him fall. You know, and it is what it is. But let's continue. Let's continue this article, and I get a few more scriptures. You have right to. Wait a minute. Let me see. Did I read that? Okay, yeah. Let's continue. It says also shown was like a Cape Eluanbi, Taiwan's southernmost point, which overlooks the Bashi, however you say that, channel, a key maritime choke point between Taiwan and the Philippines that U.S. planners see as vital to containing Chinese forces in the event of a conflict. But what if they just remotely strike something? Then what? This is, man, look here. Where the Lord got Aisha trapped. Let's continue. It says additional imagery highlighted central Taiwan's Alishan mountain range and the nearby tourist destination Sun Moon Lake. And all these are possible targets should anything get for real, man. Like, get for real. Let's continue. It says the embassy's post drew criticism from China watchers, Salakia, sending around the satellite images of Taiwan saying it is a part of China is a clear threat. Wrote Taipei-based journalist, he probably about that. It said, yep, that's good. What people are saying, and that's the end of it right there. Let's see. Taiwan, yeah, blah, 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 if you want to read it, it says here, U.S. Defense Intelligence officials believe Chinese President Xi Jinping has ordered his military to be capable of moving against Taiwan by 2027. Though they note this does not mean an offensive would necessarily occur in that day or any other year. Washington mainlines a long-standing support policy. So like a long-standing policy of strategic ambiguity. Ambiguity meaning things ain't totally clear. It's muddled. It's a little confusion going on. Leaving it unclear whether the U.S. forces would come to Taiwan defense. Nah, ain't no coming to Taiwan defense. So, and then again, Amos, if I'm not mistaken. Well, it might be Hosea. Let me check. Just to paraphrase this scripture, but I'm gonna go to it anyway though. Okay, it's Hosea. No, it's not Hosea. It's Joel. Salakia. And again, proclaim. This is Joel chapter 3, verse 9. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles: prepare war, wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. Period. That's what that is. Proclaim this among the Gentiles, the physical, the heathen Gentiles. Prepare war. And that's what's going on. We see war being prepared before our very eyes. The Lord said in Jeremiah, a sound of battle is in the land and of great destruction. Well, that's what we coming to. Prepare war. Let the might wake up the mighty men. Get your armies ready. Get your admirals and your sergeants and your colonels and your chief master sergeant. Get all them ready. Get everybody ready. Get all the men of war, draw near. Get ready to go to war. Beat your plowshares and the sword. Arm up. And your pruning hooks into spears. Get ready. Let the weak say I'm strong. Once upon a time, China was looked at as weak. Now China is strong. Shalom.